I welcome you guys to the presentation today. The subject is being clear, or being focused and thinking clear. And I'm really excited to share with you guys some knowledge, some experience with me on this topic. And I want to start with a comic, because I really love this one. And one guy's on the left asking, what the hell is that? And the other guy says, oh, just my mind. And I like this comic very much because it describes me. When I'm making a decision, when I'm traveling with the train, when I do some conversation, my mind is always working and it really never stopped. And what I realized was that when I managed to stop my mind, just like in a conversation, I realized that I can be much more funnier, much more self-secure, much more self-amused, and I'm getting this nice present energy. And that's why I ask myself, how does our mind work? And how can I train to be more focused? That's the basic. What we want to talk about today. So at first I want to give you some, a little bit an overview of the whole thing. At first I want to talk about how does our mind work, and I will talk about some psychological aspect here. Then train your focus. How do you do that? Then the effect of meditation. And the last one is the implementation. When you do some training, how you can implement it in daily life. So at first, working memory, who of you knows that term, working memory? Who is familiar with that? You have fun? Okay. I'm studying psychology, that's why I know this term. So, do you want to explain it?
Yeah, I think I'm mistaking it for something else. At the moment you mentioned that you know it from psychology, I'm not sure anymore.
So maybe, yeah, okay. It's, the working memory is like similar to the short-term memory. The short-term memory in psychology is only the store. And when you put the manipulation, just manipulate information, for example, when you do some math and you do some addition, you change your numbers, etc., that is the working memory. It's all information you have right now in your consciousness. So basically the working memory is our consciousness, what you have right now in our mind. And here we see some aspects. At first, it's a temporary storage. It's like the short-term memory. You can say short-term memory is kind of part of the working memory. And so the information will be there for a long time. When you have information for a long time, it will go to the long-term memory, and you can take this information from the long-term memory back into working memory and work with them, and then make an output or do it or bring it back to the long-term memory. And yeah, how I said, it's like manipulating informations. Also, when you just imagine your room at home, and then you just go through the rooms and how do you say, yeah, you just look at the windows and you ask yourself, how many windows do I have? That's a working memory task, because you have the room and you have manipulated like go through the room. And what is really crucial is that our working memory space is limited. That's like obvious, but you have to remember that it's limited. That means you can't think about two things twice, like at the same time. So you just can't think about your problems or about the present. You have to make a decision, and that's really crucial. And the whole working memory is driven by attention. So the information who gets the attention will be remained there, and the information who don't get the attention will just be destroyed. They will fall off. And so you see here the limitations. You just can have 7 items the same time in your head. And these items you can only hold for 15 to 20 seconds. And that the number here is when you don't actively repeat it or just learn it so good that it goes to long-term memory. So what I want to say here is you need attention to keep up information, and a thought can't exist when we don't pay attention to it. And that's basically the time a thought can exist, a negative thought in your head, in your actual state of mind, if you don't pay attention to it. So it's all about shifting your attention to the right things. And the question is now, how do I train that? So again, I have asked already, you don't meditate, is that right?
Yeah.
Marcus said no, then we have, you used to, and you three guys, I forgot.
I don't. I meditate every morning 10 minutes.
Okay, that's nice. You?
Yes, at the moment I don't meditate.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice that we have some guys who don't meditate, so maybe I can push you a little bit to meditate. That's nice. So, train your focus is basically about meditation. And what is meditation? It's basically do 20 minutes a day, nothing. And you have these both concepts, like not thinking or shifting your attention. And some people say that meditation is like not thinking, but that's false. Because when you try to not think, it's like you judge yourself. You judge yourself, am I thinking right now? And then when a thought comes up, you think, oh shit, I have some thoughts, and I shouldn't do have some thoughts. And then you realize that you just judged yourself, and that's also a thought, so it's like a circle, you can't break through it. You should shift your attention. What does that mean? You shift your attention away from your thoughts and you focus on one particular thing. So, you can focus, there are different kinds of techniques. So you can focus on your breath. It doesn't matter on what you focus. Not on your thoughts, but you can choose what you want to. On your breath, on your heartbeat, or on sounds like you are outside and you are listening to the birds, or a mantra. Who of you know what a mantra is?
Yeah, I can explain.
Can you explain?
No, it's just, I don't know if it's correct, you have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's a word you say out loud, and you repeat it over and over again, and it has some meaning for you, and because it has some meaning, if you repeat and repeat it again, it changes something over time, maybe in the subconscious or something.
Yeah, that's right. So it, like here in the meditation, it don't really, it can be that it has some deeper, how do you say it, some cause,
some meaning or something.
Some meaning, yeah, some meaning. I found a technique that is the release meditation technique, and the word is release. And basically what you do when you do that mantra kind of meditation, you're just sitting there, you have your eyes closed, and you just say, release, release, release. And so you focus on that word, and that will help you to don't be distracted by your thoughts. Yeah, and you can say it out loud, and with the time you can also just say it in your head. That's also possible. And what I want to say is it's not easy. So when you start, you just sit there and you brain, because you don't do anything. You're just sitting there and your brain becomes to throw thoughts at you, and you have to manage with that. But with time you are getting better. Maybe at first you have a few seconds which are really clear, and then with time you're getting better on this task. But you have to be patient. Set an alarm clock so that you don't have to watch on your watch, and just set it for 20 minutes. And 20 minutes is a good time, because it's scientific proven that 20 minutes is it's most the best time, and a lot of people recommend to meditate 20 minutes a day. Yeah, you can choose both, eyes open versus eyes closed. I think you should start with eyes closed, but what you also can do is with eyes open, and then you just learn how to deal with a dynamic environment. So when you are in daily life back, you can slip much more easier into that state, because you just trained yourself how to go in that present energy when you have your eyes open. And you can do it whenever you want, in the morning, lunch, coming home, at evening, before you go to bed, because it calms you down, or in the morning for a fresh start in the day, or at lunchtime when you have some time, coming home, when you're changing the environment from the work to home. It can also be very nice. And yeah, build up a habit, because it's very crucial that you make some meditation every day. So what are the effects of meditation? There are a lot of positive effects, and there are a lot of scientific studies about meditation. So you have lower stress, lower anxiety, you have more attention, more focus, you perform better at tests, at intelligent tests, or at working memory tests, and at work, and you have also an increased happiness. And R.C. Tyler, who of you knows him? Okay, nice. He also did a video about meditation, and he said that when you meditate, you are less stimulus-driven. Stimulus minds is all the information in your environment who just affects you, and you don't react in a overwhelmed way, or just you can control your emotions better, and you become like the silent observer of yourself. You aren't that poor individual who has his problems. You just took a step backwards and watched yourself like a silent observer. And in conversations you get funnier, sharper, less needy, self-amused, and you are more grounded. You have a greater willpower, and you are more authentic. So, what's the implementation in daily life? At first, it's very important that you accept responsibility for your thoughts and for your actions. Because now we have this luxury that we can choose, especially here in Switzerland. We are really free. We can make decisions, especially we are able to be aware of our informations or of our thoughts, and we are able to make corrections. It is possible, and we have to take this responsibility at first. That's very important. And it's really nice, this meta perspective, when you are in daily life. So from time to time, it's important that you watch yourself like from a third perspective, and that you are aware of your thoughts, and not like an autopilot, or that your mind is just working, and you're not aware of what you actually think, and it is like healthy for you or useful, useless. You just think. That's dangerous. So what you want to get is a judgment-free attention. That we are watching ourselves, and when a thought is coming up, we don't follow the path of this thought. We are just notice this thought, and oh, okay, there's a thought, and we don't judge ourselves that we have these thoughts. We just accept it and let it go. And so we can turn back our attention to the things who are really important to us. And when you are focused on a specific task and you have our full attention, our full potential, we can perform really, really well. What you also can try is when you're aware of that there's a really bullshit coming up in your head, you can say stop, either very loud or in your head very loud, and then you have a short silence. The thought will come back, but you have a short silence, and that short silence you can use for shifting your awareness, for example, in your own body. You just, maybe when I'm here, I realize that I'm getting nervous, I just can take a deep breath and focus on my breath, and I realize that I'm standing here on this ground, and my feet are touching the ground, and this is a little nice, like, yeah, transfer from this thought back to the information that really are important right now. And other possibilities are just that you are looking in the room or looking at the situation right now, and you just realize that everything is fine, because in your head you just do some drama, or just you give an over judgment of the situation, and when you just take time, look at it, and you see, oh, okay, it's all secure, everything is fine, then you go back and you are much more calm. And you can also shifting your awareness to your conversation partner, so you can look into his face, for example, or just what is he saying, that you really focus on what is he saying, so you just also have that shift from your attention. So that was it basically. Here are my references. I read the book Mindfuck, and really nice title, I love that. And that's the video of R.C. Tyler, and also the release meditation technique you have here. And as a last word, I want to say to you, maybe these techniques look like easy, it's about shifting your awareness or your attention, but I think it's very crucial that you train it, that you take time. It's like building up muscles. You also can building up muscles like in your brain, and I think when you're able to control or focus our attention, we have a really, really great potential. Yeah, that's it.
Amazing.